Hey friends, welcome to 2026. That's me. A lot of you folks know I'm probably see me blathering on about bikes and such, and I figured I'd try to do something a little different this year. Maybe shake it up a little bit and talk about some other stuff. And some of you may know this. I'm into books. I like to read. I like to read fiction. Fiction is I've been reading a lot of fiction ever since I got out of college. I actually started in college. But particularly lately, I've been reading a lot of books. And so I thought I'd do check in periodically when I finish up a book and kind of give it a review, if you will. I will say this, if I finish a book, it generally means I like it. So it's generally going to be a positive review. I'm not going to talk about books that I don't finish because it means I just generally didn't like it. But anyways, so in this, my first edition of Blathering About Books, I don't know if that's actually the title or not, I'll talk about the latest book from Christopher Moore, Anima Rising. Christopher Moore, I've been a fan of his since the late 90s. I discovered his, the first book I read is Coyote Blue, and I think it was like 1997, 98 time frame. Great book. And I've read pretty much everything since then, and I mean, I've got his whole library of books. This book, though, his latest, it's a hearty read. It takes place set in 1911 in Vienna, Austria. Main character is Gustav Klimt, the painter, and storyline follows him. And he starts out he is wandering about and in Vienna and discovers a body, a woman's body in the Danube Canal. Pulls it out and thinking he wants to sketch this dead woman's body. And in the process discovers that she's not dead. And so he and his muse model, Wally, they cart this woman home and nurse her back to health. She can't remember anything. So he turns to a cast of colleagues and acquaintances, none other than Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. And they help this woman who Gustav Klimt names Judith, of all things. And the woman kind of comes back to her past and connects and they discover that she is actually the bride of Frankenstein. Now, don't mean to spoil anything, but it actually says that on the cover. So if you pick up the book, you're gonna figure out that one of the main characters is the bride of Frankenstein. It's a funny story. Christopher Moore tells a great story, as he always does. The book, it seems historically correct. Obviously, Moore did a lot of research and comes up with a really amazing tale and strung together with great fun, great jokes. It's a great follow-up to a book he did a couple of years back, Sacre Bleu, which takes place in Paris and it follows Vincent van Gogh in the late 1800s. That's another good book, something maybe I'll talk about on a later date. This book, though, Anima Rising, it's a hearty read. There is a vast cast of characters, and it is it's a great there's a lot of stuff to digest. There's some stretches that are a little tenuous, a little detailed, but it's a great book. I will point out on the dust jacket, that it says that this is his most ingenious, and it seems like it could be very much one of his most thoughtful, more cerebral books, but it also says that it's probably his most hilarious novel yet. Totally, I disagree with that. Christopher Moore's funniest novel is this, from also back in the late 1990s, The Island of the Sequin Love Nun. If you want a good sophomoric humor, fun, fast times at Ridgemont High reading, Sequin Love Nun. If you want a good hearty read, something you think about, ponder, Anima Rising, maybe Sacre Bleu. Good books. So anyways, have another installment of this probably in a week or two. Finishing up another book, actually, and that is not fiction. That is an autobiography memoir from Cameron Crowe called The Uncool. Anyways, stay tuned for that. Anyways, thanks all. Peace.